Alarm Cop to serve Joyous Win.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just had admin things to do. Yeah, that occasionally happens, as you know, of admin things.
Mission begins.
And you stuck in spectate? Oh, that's not a good idea. Did you try? You gotta be really careful of spamming that team button. You may have to, type in retry into the what is it? The console. Anyway, belated starts. Okay, in CP World today. We've not played this map ever, I don't think.
No, yeah, this is it's one of those like older maps as well that it's pretty much like, I'd say, out of the old maps, the best map, and it kind of seems as if it's one of those ones that falls under the radar, under the shadow of 2 Fort and stuff like that, which is a shame because I like this one.
Yep. Well, Red's immediately gone from a blitzkrieg. I'm not sure where blue team is. Maybe I think everybody was joining up first. We did start this commentary a bit on the quick, and there's Kerouac finally. But geez, I think how many scouts on red team today? Because they seem to be everywhere for the time being. I mean, red team has immediately gone the offensive.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, this map is pretty much perfect for scouts, and yeah, they're kind of really making it work really nicely, to be honest. I think red may have this. Jesus Christ, this is the fastest first round at the beginning.
I kind of bugged up at the beginning there, and then all of a sudden, red team had nearly won. Like, what the hell? I had time. But yeah, one thing I do love about Well, though, is one of those maps that can be blitzed so nice, and there's lovely little scout corridors, upstairs, downstairs, underwater, and all that.
It's also a really good map for engineers as well, just because it's pretty much just like lots of really good spots for hiding buildings. And what I personally like doing is in the sort of between mid and second point where there's the water, if you put a sentry in there, no one sees it until they're already dead, and that's brilliant.
Oh, sneaky underwater sentry. Somehow guns work underwater. But right now, look at blue though. They are really trying to struggle to keep the defensive line going. They got completely kind of kicked in the balls front at the beginning, and red are trying to hold that advantage. I mean, red are now being pushed on the back foot now. I mean, it's looking as if, it's looking a little bit worrisome here.
I think really the problem that blue have now... well, that was one of the problems that blue had, but I think the problem is capping back that second point is going to be difficult just because of how small an area it is, and it's so easy to get, like rocketed or stickied in an area like that. It's pretty difficult. And there we go.
Shaggy wins with a stealth cap. Nicely done. Okay, round 2 after the incredibly quick round 1. I mean, seriously, we barely had time to keep an eye on there. Now, this time, hopefully both teams are in. They know what they're doing. And, this should be a bit more interesting. Hopefully we're going to see some engineers now. That really does stop scouts in their tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine that blue should have at least learnt a little bit. This isn't a hard map to keep track of. It is pretty much just a solid straight line from one end to the other. There's no sort of... there's no real tricks or anything, but that's kind of the charm of it.
Well, I think this map is... I think it's got some nice little flanks, some routes. You've got the upstairs, downstairs, underwater, that kind of stuff. It does, and also, especially with this as scouts, if you are trying to jump over the thingies, you can actually try and, get in right behind the enemy team, and that's always hilarious if you can make that work. Oh, wow, nice shot there from Porky Pie, completely punishing that scout.
Yeah, I have to say, this area is actually really, really good for snipers, partly just because of that setup time where you've got a tiny, tiny sliver of space in between the train and the wall. And it's so fun, during setup just to headshot someone through there. Or as Shaggy, and I'm not sure who it was, it's some sort of medic, I think it was Lime, tried rocket jumping over there. That was sticky jumping over there. And it didn't go as well for them as it did for blue, but, it's still fun that you can do that during setup time.
Yep. Oh, wow, look at this, though. This is not looking good. I mean, blue team immediately, redone the counter-offensive. And Brass squad that got completely punished. I'm like that. Yeah, I'll just take out this heavy. Oh, wait, God, no, he's got crits. Run! Oh, for the love of God, run. Oh, I do love hits, though. Your crits, though, Random crits, yeah, they're kind of fun. Proper crits, oh, dear God, that can end in tragedy. But look at this, though. It's a complete reversal. I mean, blue team is really pushing on. I think blue team's playing the old consolidated game. They're a slower, bigger team that just destroys everything in their path, whereas red team's a lighter, more manoeuvrable team.
Yeah, definitely. I think really sort of what let blue down last time was just the fact that, they hadn't all popped into spawn and everything like that. It wasn't so much about skills or anything. It was purely just a time restriction.
Yeah, that's it. Got caught flat-footed, and to be fair, we've been gathering a lot of good gamers over the months, and yeah, you can't really afford to be too picky with these guys. I think we're losing guys. I'm not sure what's happening at the moment. Maybe the update is kicking in. Unfortunately, Scream Fortress just went online. This is the worst timing ever for us to start doing this, and hopefully we get this server updated in time for Friday. Anyway, have a look at what's on B. Now, this is the thing. Red team's holding quite nicely for the moment. But the thing is, this is different from the first game where point 1 to 4, because you've got to try and defend your last point. But this, they can kind of have a bit of give with this.
Yeah, and I mean, as well as that, the spawn area as well, it's quite easy just to be able to pop out and keep defending. And because of where the spawn areas are on this, it makes it very, very nice for defending, just because you are pretty much right next to the point. You're pretty much only relying on time rather than having to worry about how fast you can get back, because you are right next to it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they have to go right from the original spawn, though, the red team. They're not got the second point doors yet. Oh dear, that's not good. Kerouac's in there. That was a nice bit of spy work. But counter heavy by Convi Boon there. That he couldn't make well on those gains. It was heavy kind of following up, but just couldn't get past the rest of the red team. Thing is, though, I haven't seen really much of a red counter-offensive just yet. They kind of aren't really, having a bit of a, problem getting on the defense. Wait on. Say that. The rabid collie there, man. That guy is dodging like a mofo. He jumped on the point, and I'm gonna get out of this. Nope, this is too much.
I think really a lot of what is causing Red to struggle is the fact that there's some very good sniping work going on with Blue. I think there was a couple of snipers earlier on, and yeah, now it's sort of tricky for Red to manage to pull out. And obviously Blue have got other guys as well, just holding the fort down. And yeah, it's not the hugest distance to try and traverse, but when you've got someone who's good at aiming, it's a tricky one to get across.
Yeah, oh, look at this though. Hit on the point there. Nice small. Oh, okay. Now, panicky time for Red here. They need to get that cap back quickly before, oh, wow. Kerouac just stabs Proskauer in the face. Not even a backstab kind of thing. It was, yeah, too low health. Get stabbed. But that's nice work there from Red. Completely reclaim that just in time. That's the thing. If you kind of take too long, then Blue get their, back in the game. Yeah, no, you're going to kind of lose that quite hard. Unlucky there, Kaghado, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Didn't get the stab on. And it looks like middle's going again. Oh, this is the thing I'm liking Red Team though. They know how to use their scouts. They're kind of doing that back cappery thing of just keep the back end annoyed enough so that Blue Team's got to keep some guys in reserve. That's why Blue Team is not managing to get in there properly.
Yeah, the good thing with this area as well is obviously because you've got the fact that it's a building and it's enclosed in walls, if you panic Blue enough to have to go back to mid, it frees up the other areas for Red to sort of move up a little bit. It's almost a case of having to kind of sacrifice one or two players to then let the rest of the players come through.
Shaggy there, dancing with a heavy. Never advise being in a heavy zone of control there. I don't care if you are whatever class you are. Don't be in front of a heavy at that range. You're gonna die really hard. But I think that's the point though. Shaggy got kind of caught a bit unawares there. And rabid collie there. That was punishing. Right, got the combo off. Ball, cleaver, and then just a crit shotgun to finish that off. I feel like I need to be analysing a bit more of this commentary. The time, I think there's a lot of stuff going on. This is the thing. These commentaries are getting so much more action-packed now. But the thing is, I think Red are doing a nice job here. They've just generally got the defensive going, and they're occasionally probing Blue, and I think they're bringing this game back little by little. But teams for the time being are very, very equal. They're not really moving.
Yeah, I think this Red would have had a good chance there. I mean, who was that medic? Yeah, Quor. That was very, very close to being a nice little push, but sadly, whoever the demo man who was with him, I think it was probably Shaggy. Sadly ended up getting killed and pretty much left the medic with his trousers down, sadly.
This is the thing though. One thing I've not seen from blue team though, I think they've got an engineer somewhere or other. To be fair, I don't know where he is actually. He's doing a really good job playing, hidden engineer. But what I love doing with this particular game is like building up on the top layers of the enemy base, because if you can get in there, especially on top, that's a really, really hard place to dig them out from. And also, you pretty much teleport them right on top of the point.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get them into the sort of first, second floor area, it works really nicely for Demoman in particular, just because he's got this huge area that he can pretty much just spam stickies in, and then you are getting into the area of spawn camping, but like we've said several times, valid. It's always a valid tactic.
Yeah, I know. I agree with spawn camping. The thing is, if your basic defenses have got crippled so much, the enemy should advance right into you. That's going to happen. You practically lost the game already. One thing I'm seeing though, there's some sneaky stuff happening from blue and red's team here. I mean, underwater antics right now. I mean, we've seen red pop out from underneath, blue pop out from underneath. I mean, seriously, Sebra in France has got a nice few kills simply from just jumping out of the water and killing off a few people. There go the crits. But it weren't enough. Oh, was that who got? I think yeah, not a demo work there. Just plugging that gap. And also, who is capping? It's Pit. Okay. Yeah, sneaky antics going on here. This is, actually one thing I do find well though. To be fair, that middle point is so hard to cap by yourself. You really need the team to get pushing. If the team can push up to the that set of immobile carriages and just keep the enemy team occupied and moving with a bit of a chance, you got to go of it. But if you're stuck on the point though, it's really hard to get that back end cap.
Yeah, you do pretty much have to have a solid vanguard to be able to, it's almost worth, chucking half of your team out to the next point, to try and pretty much just stifle the enemy, rather than hope for a fast cap, because as it is at the moment, lots of fast capping, but red have also got guys going ahead to make sure that cap stays safe. Yeah,
this is the thing. Look at that, man. I mean, red have just. I just thought we were watching a bit earlier, and sudden offensive from red. They really just went on the push there. I don't know what provoked that, but they all suddenly decided now is the time to attack. Look at Rabid Collie there. Rabid Collie there. No way getting you past Betamax like that. I mean, he saw you. He tried flanking it from the side. Maybe some sneaky hiding need to be used. Personally, sometimes I just hide behind the corner a little bit, give him a second guess, and maybe pop out again. But that's the way scouts play, to be fair. But look at blue team there, they're kind of struggling to keep the defensive on there. Yeah, Rabid. Or Rabid. Sorry for my pronunciation of a certain English term, but but if you're in Rabid, it should be like 2 B's in there, I think. But anyway, in any case, though, I think red team, they're trying to cap second. I think again tables have turned. Blue had the initial strong con, they managed to get in there, but red have just pushed it all the way back.
Oh man, that sentry as well. Whose sentry is that?
Ooh, that's a nice little sentry. Oh yeah, that's a punishing little sentry there. Like, officer, yeah. Oh fuck. Oh, you gotta love those little sentries. Those sentries that you just don't expect them, and suddenly you're being rocketed in a minigun from somewhere. Like, what the fuck? Oh, really? Why is it here?
Yeah, that's definitely a very good one. It is, sort of up there with sort of a in the water sentry. You don't know where it is until it's already killed you anyway, and those are the best sentries.
Yeah, the thing with that kind of sentry, that's a nice consolidation. Red moved up, knew needed to keep middle, and plonked a sentry down. Just keep an eye on it. Now, with the up-and-coming Steel League, I'm imagining engineers are going to warn people that the sentry's doing something. There might be something happening. So that's always good to have. A little early warning system right there. Well, an automated warning system, you could say. Something good though. Oh wow, Bordeaux gets in there, takes down Porky Pie, and I think Seb in Francis just missed him. Nice bit of retreat work there. Stuff's happening on the last point. Can Red get to it? Seb Ben Francis is doing the best he can. No, not enough. Red team was just all over that. I think blue team has really crumbled at the moment. And Kerouac there. He likes playing spy, but you know he'll still use knives, even a sniper. Oh my god! Did he literally run towards a heavy? Oh my god, that's epic bravery right there. Nice work, red team. Okay, round 3. Now I think what I'm seeing here is one thing I think is really indicative of how the game is going. Red's engineer work is spot on. I mean, Error the Nerd I think has been holding down quite nicely, and his move up's been very good. Whereas Blue, when they had the point, there was no real engineering works on the point. Maybe a teleport needed to be up for that there. I'm not sure what's happening. I wasn't keeping an eye on it, but definitely have a sentry in back end reserve.
Yeah, Blue did have some. They had some nice forward sentry work going on, but like I said, at least last round, it was in the water, and yeah, it's a cool area, but it's better when it's sort of on your side, because obviously people are going to be jumping into it. When it's on the enemy side, they're going to be more focused about getting towards the, heading towards the middle point rather than going through the tunnels underneath the under the water.
Yeah, the underwater stuff is kind of vital to know, but just be careful of the overland stuff a little bit. Yeah, try and keep sentries in your areas, I think. If you try and push them too hard, try and make an advanced sentry point, the enemy will just get in and around you. That's kind of the problem. One thing what was I see earlier? I haven't seen really any Ubers so far, to be fair. I've seen Kritzes and quick fix work, which is actually kind of relevant for this map. But I feel one good Uber here and there can really knock out a defense.
Yeah, I mean, there was a red Uber earlier on, but it does seem a lot of them are pretty much just to make sure that everybody stays alive. They're sort of flash Ubers where they're just chucking it on everybody pretty much as a guaranteed heal up rather than a massive push force.
Kerouac, I'm not sure he knows what this sniper business means. I mean, I think for the time being, I've seen more of his kills seem to be coming from stabbing people as even swiping, I think, as a sniper. It's very confusing. I think it's an identity crisis right now. But the thing is, though, I think with the quick fix, though, especially on this map, it's a great thing to do here. I mean, if your team's moving up, and they've kind of been battered a bit from various stuff, you pop out on that quick fix, heal up everybody really quickly, and you've got a fresh team on the go.
Absolutely, and it's working really nicely for Red now. I think they're probably going to have that point capped. And I've got to mention as well, bad luck to Sir Slaps a lot. He did the classic faux pas of fire a rocket at an enemy sticky, and it happened to be Shaggy's crit, and it rolled towards him. I don't know whether Shaggy was watching or not, but he popped it at the right time, and yeah, absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, it's one of those things you see on quite a few of Sin's videos. How not to basically clear stickies. They fire a rocket at it, it rolls back towards their own medic. I think it's called how to be pocket, and that's exactly the problem right there. What the hell was that? So, did I just see like a rocket bounce off the floor? Was there a pyro there or something? Jeez, that was weird. I think there was a bit of a rocket exchange there. Anyway, back to the game. Looks like 4-1 to Red again. I have a feeling, I think after this round we may need to scramble the teams a bit.
Yeah, let's shut that one on now.
Okay, now let's see what else is going on here. Well, here comes Quar. He's making a push. He's checking it twice. And there goes Red Team. And, oh no, Kerouac trying to save with the knives again. And Red Team has that.